I,
Oh, Igor for me.
you go,
Who is this Igor you speak of?
What was his name? What was
Igor.
Igor? Yeah, Igor. Yeah, he to me like his eyes, like how he did it, and like it's just trolling, and then like
Like his
never
eyes
speak of
wandered more
this.
than a married man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like married man on spring break. Like his eyes wandered more. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chicago Cinephiles podcast. I am your co-host Daniel. Join with me as always is the wonderful James and the wonderful Steven. Fellas, how we doing today?
pretty good.
Frankenlicious.
Frankalicious.
Blueberry. What was the
Fergalicious
other
ain't
one?
got nothing on you.
Frankenberry, blueberry. What was the other one? Wasn't there another
Mhm.
one?
I don't remember. I know there was a couple.
Mm.
That's something we should talk about too, is just how
Cereal.
things aren't themed anymore.
Oh, right.
We don't have like I think that's the one downfall of having the binge TV shows. You don't really have like Halloween and Christmas like specials anymore. I really miss those because those were fun to me. Like I really enjoyed them. Like growing up, we used to watch Home Improvement and like they had the best Halloween episode. It was so good.
Those are good too. Simpsons Treehouse of Horror for
Oh, of
me.
course, yeah, yeah. And I will say the one Modern Family they did a great job of doing Halloween ones, but most of the TV shows nowadays, and then like Ted Lasso did as well. If you guys seen Ted Lasso, anyway, we're getting sidetracked. So today we are doing our final Halloween theme, spooky theme, whatever you want to call it. So thank you everybody who have watched along so far. This was a suggestion, and so we decided to do this one because we were looking for one to do. So we appreciate you. We are doing Young Frankenstein. So let's dive in, shall we? So, Young Frankenstein, or Frankenstein, however you want to call it, was released December 15th, 1974. It stars Gene Wilder as Frankenstein or Frankenstein, however you want it. Peter Boyle as the monster. Marty Feldman as Igor. Cloris Leachman as, is it Frau Blucher? How do you
Oh,
say it?
blucha.
Thank you. Yeah. I don't have my German down pat yet. And then Terry Garr as Inga.
Gorgeous.
So it had a budget of about 2.78 million and a box office to about 86 million. So pretty good turnover there. Yeah, that's really all I have as far as the just the basic information. I'm gonna let Steven take over and tell us a little bit more about the movie, and then we'll hop into what was happening during this time period. Steven, take it away.
Oh, okay, just a little summary here. Young Frankenstein is a hilarious parody of the classic 1931 Universal Pictures horror film Frankenstein and the subsequent Frankenstein films in Universal series, particularly The Bride of Frankenstein and Son of Frankenstein. Young Frankenstein follows the grandfather of the infamous Victor Frankenstein, Dr. Frederick Frankenstein, who changes his pronunciation of his surname to demonstrate his rejection of his family's mad experiments to bring the dead back to life. However, Frederick inherits his grandfather's castle in Transylvania, and curiosity gets the better of him. With the help of his hunchbacked servant Igor, his voluptuous laboratory assistant Inga, and the eerie housekeeper of the castle, Frau Blucher, Frederick revives a corpse and creates his own rampaging monster. Near constant chaos, high and low brow comedy, and even a top hatted musical number ensue as the creature escapes, terrorizes the nearby villagers, and even seduces Frederick's uptight and straight laced fiancée, Elizabeth. Young Frankenstein is both a masterful spoof and a loving homage to the black and white monster movies from Hollywood's golden age and has become one of the greatest comedy classics of all time.
Very well. Thank you, Steven.
Who was it that suggested this on our other video? Do you remember the YouTuber?
Um,
I should look that up before we end this.
I think I shouted him out last week
Okay,
whenever I
yeah,
announced it, but it was, let's see.
because I'm so happy they did this.
Me as
S-
well.
Soundless Echo '07.
Well, now you have soundless echo.
You have a voice. We heard your voice,
We heard
okay?
you. You've been represented.
All right, y'all. So now we're gonna talk about what was going on during 1974. That's what we do here typically. Usually, it obviously relates to the Oscars because that can play a part in what was going on. It's a lot this week, so kind of sit back and hang in there. So January, Nixon signed the national speed limit law. Uh,
Mhm.
Ooh.
February, Ted Bundy strikes again.
Wow,
In February, The Way We Were becomes Barbara Streisand's first number one.
isn't that crazy? Her first number one.
I don't think that's crazy. I mean, like, it's 50 years ago. Is that crazy?
But I mean, she was, from all of her albums in the '60s, and I
Hmm.
would think it would be her first number one. We'll get to it. Go ahead. Barbara.
Uh, and in the words of our favorite sassy gay friend, Patty Hearst was
David Patty
kidnapped
Hearst.
in February. I'm not buying it, Patty Hearst.
Stockholm syndrome today. Thank you.
In March, People magazine launched. In April, Stephen King's first novel was released, Carrie, which I think is I didn't realize that was his first one. It's an
So did I.
autobiography about Carrie Fisher. It's pretty good. You should look it up. In April, Hank Aaron breaks the Babe Ruth home run record, which, as a baseball fan, when you really look deep into that, yeah, this is in the 70s. Segregation just ended 10 years ago, and it really didn't end in their people's minds. He was
Wow.
called every name under the sun, and you're talking about Babe Ruth. People who don't like sports, i.e., James, even knows who Babe Ruth is. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, you're the fact that he was, passing that icon just really, if you ever look at this story, it's a fantastic story. In April of that year, Nixon released the Watergate tapes. In May, former VP Spiro Agnew disbarred for tax evasion. In June, Dr. Heimlich first publishes his technique for choking victims, which becomes known as the Heimlich maneuver.
Woohoo.
That's pretty cool, yeah. In June, pack of gum becomes the first item scanned with the UPC barcode. In July, Nixon, the House begins impeachment. In August, he resigns. September, Ford pardons Nixon. October, Oscar Schindler dies at 66, who is famous for Schindler's List, which we'll eventually get to that movie.
Hopefully.
In October, Muhammad Ali wins the Rumble in the Jungle against George Foreman. In November, a movie we will not get to, the Amityville murders take place. And then in November, they discover Lucy, the oldest living, humanoid or whatever term they want to use. Fossils were discovered. So pretty eventful year. I tried to trim some of it, but I just like couldn't. Some of the stuff was just like very warranted for like cultural references and significance, in my opinion. So pretty busy year.
Isn't Lucy at the here in Chicago? Isn't Lucy
I think
from
she
somewhere?
is.
Yeah.
She was,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think you could still see her
I
there.
think she still
I
is
think I
there.
think
Yeah.
I think Chicago bought it up. Like they bought up Sue.
Mm. Maybe it's Sue. Oh yeah, Sue's a T Rex. Yeah.
Oh, that's what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Lucy, I think, is hanging. Isn't Lucy like hanging from like Sue's like mouth or whatever? I'm just playing. It's a joke, yeah. Like swinging,
Swangin'.
swinging. But yeah, so a lot for that year. Steven, anything you remember from that year? You were like 4, so
Was 4 years old. Yes, I was living
tell
in
us
Rome, Georgia.
tell us your tell
We
us your
moved to Rome,
backstory.
Georgia, and then I crawled to the state line because I was bored. you know. No, yeah, I was in Rome, Georgia, and I was so skinny. I was called what was it? T-bone. They called me T-bone. Yeah,
Really?
that was the last time that was going to happen. So
Later in life, the T was dropped, and they just called Bone.
bone,
Yeah, Bone, come here, Bone.
hair bone.
Alrighty, y'all. So, as we've discussed, this is our last movie for this October month. So, thank you guys again for taking a little break and doing these. These have been fun. But let's dive into it. So, let's get some fun facts out of the way. Fellas, why don't y'all enlighten me with the fun facts?
Do you have a few, James? You want to start out?
Sure, I have a few. Um, what I like about this movie is like a lot of it was like ad-libbed.
Oh,
Like
yes.
the shifting hump on Igor's back was like one of my favorite thing about it. Like apparently he did it for several days until somebody noticed,
That's
and,
hilarious.
and then they added it to the script, uh, which I thought was
That's
hysterical.
awesome.
Um, one of the controversial things is Mel Brooks accused the studio of trying to trick him into shooting the film in color.
Hmm.
They said, okay, let me make it in black and white, but on color stock, so they could show it in Peru. Apparently, that was the line, which apparently they had just got color cinema there. He says, no, because you're trying to screw me. I will shoot it in black and white. And I, no, that was a couple of the funny things. And then, uh, putting on the Ritz. I loved all of the references in that scene,
Yeah.
but apparently, uh, Brooks and Wilder disagreed, and Brooks thought it was too silly, so he wanted to keep it in, but audiences loved it. And if you're a fan of the old horror movies like I am, it does harken back into King Kong, like the 1930s King Kong. So
Oh, very much so. I mean, the thing I loved about it with the casting, Terry Garr says she got her German accent from Cher's wig maker. Yeah, so there's a little, reaching back. And Kenneth Mars, who plays, the inspector, would only was only cast after Mel Brooks signed off that he could wear a monocle over his eye patch, which makes me laugh every time I see it. Um, Mel Brooks wasn't allowed to be in the film because Gene Wilder said he breaks the fourth wall even when he's not trying. You
Mm.
know?
Is he
And
usually in his movies?
yeah,
well, at least his voice. He was in Blazing Saddles. I'll
I mean,
quote.
that I know, but like, was he in History of the
I don't think.
World?
Yeah, he's in History of the World all through it.
Oh,
he's
Yeah.
in
he's the one.
producers
That's right.
too.
He's like the guy that sings. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
He's in a lot of his movies.
Is he in Spaceballs? I don't remember if he's in Space. I haven't seen Spaceballs
Oh
in a
yeah.
long time.
Oh yeah. He's like the Yoda character.
Oh
Yoda.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, 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 yeah.
He's like the old version of Stan Lee.
He's like Alfred Hitchcock, just
Stanley.
more.
And apparently, in the original poster, they put the McDonald's arches, golden arches, on the mountain, and they didn't get permission from McDonald's, and they were forced to remove it.
Wow.
And they had already printed T-shirts and posters and all this kind of stuff, but they they got rid of that. So
Was it like a collaboration supposedly, or they were just doing it to make a
no, they
joke?
just did it like to make a joke.
They should have said it was the McDowells.
McDowell,
I mean, it's just the McDowell's logo. Yeah, coming to
it's
America. Hello.
McDowell's. What the hell? What do you want? Let's see. What was I going to say? Oh, and they passed out white handkerchiefs to the cast. So if you felt like you were going to laugh, you stuck a white handkerchief in your mouth. And he goes, when I could see a sea of white handkerchiefs behind me, I knew we were going to have a hit.
That's funny.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of, I mean, and there were so many things like you were saying, James, that, they say that this was pretty much the script, but um, what was it? The idea of, like Cloris Leachman improvised the warm milk, perhaps. Gene Hackman ad libbed the, I was going to make espresso. Like that was his line. And originally the song that Elizabeth sings was going to be oh gosh, what is it? Oh, it's not sweet. Oh, cheek to cheek. Heaven, I'm in heaven. And she said it has to start with an R and O. And she insisted it had to be sweet mystery of life.
Hmm.
So, which is one of the funniest parts of the show.
Don't get us copyrighted, Stephen. We can't have you singing and getting us copyright struck because you sound so great.
Well, they're those composers are dead for a while, so that's going to be a problem.
Not public domain. The only fact that I found that I think is true, but I didn't do a lot of research on it, was that apparently Aerosmith was inspired the song "Walk This Way" when Gene Wilder does it with Igor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that's apparently the band got a kick out of that, so they named one of their most famous songs
And
after
that was
that.
just like a bit that he was doing, that Igor was doing, behind, first with the cast. And
Mm.
Mel said put it in. He was like, no, it's too hacky. And then when the movie opened, it got a huge laugh. He goes, "Okay, you're right. It's not too hacky, too hacky for a Mel Brooks movie. What are you talking about?"
Well, some good fun facts there. Thank you, fellas. Now we're gonna move on to our initial thoughts. Me and James had never seen this movie before, or if we had, it was a long time ago. And then Steven obviously knows it pretty verbatim, so I think we'll let me and James go first, and then Steven can round us out. James, why don't you start, and then I'll go, and then Steven, you can finish. Do you have any initial thoughts going into it?
I'm so mad I waited so long to watch this movie. Like,
Really?
it's so up my alley, but like it's such a weak thing. And the other parody, the Frankenstein movie, Rocky Horror Picture Show, I've been such a big fan of.
Oh yeah.
But like, I'm just I love this movie.
I'm glad. I'm glad. What about you, Daniel?
Well, going into it, I like Mel Brooks. I like his humor and his comedy. So I was looking forward to the movie. Like I said, I'd never seen it either because there's so many movies to see, obviously, and for me, 70s is my weak spot. I don't know, I've never had an interest. It's kind of like if you're a video game fan, I don't like Genesis games, but I know they're important, So it's like I'm a Super Nintendo kind of guy. You can get mad you want to. Nintendo rules. Don't.
No, you still okay? Super Genesis, as you Super Nintendo, you could be one or the other. That's fine.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like Genesis to this day does not appeal to me at all. Whereas like Super Nintendo, I love it. So it's like I'm trying to open myself up more to 70s, and this is like what the second movie we've had from the 70s. That and Deer Hunter, they're both pretty equal. They're both very very funny movies, right? Wink, wink.
I mean, laugh or riot, laugh riot.
Yeah, I was laughing on the inside the entire time throughout
Yeah,
this
It's a little,
right.
movie.
it's a little slow until they get to Vietnam, and then it really picks up. And the hilarity ensues.
Steven, what about you?
I mean, I love this. The first time I saw this movie, I was like flipping channels, and it was on cable, and I must have been like 12 or 13, and it was the part where Frau Brocke is like walking up the stairs with the doctor, and Inga, and she goes, "Stay close to the candles. The staircase can," and I was like, "Wait a minute, those candles aren't lit. What the hell's going on?" So it was like I didn't really know. I thought it was a really old black and white movie, and then I just like fell in love with it, because it just seems to just. I think it's such a great parody and a great spoof, but it also sort of honors the movies that it's parodying really, really well. You know, so I
Yeah,
think it's a tight parody.
I think that's one thing that is kind of missed in this day and age. Like, movies like Scary Movie and stuff. I feel like they don't really respect. They just make fun of it, and it's like do a little bit of both. Just pay a little bit of homage to it.
You have to have a love for it before you can spoof it.
Exactly. So,
You know,
all right, I'll put you guys on the spot. What's your favorite Mel Brooks movie?
wow, that's a good question. I have to think about that for a second.
I would have, well, I guess most recent would be Producers, but he did do that movie. But then I kind of like this. I think this takes the spot.
hmm I would say this, quite frankly. I
Yeah.
really like a movie that he redid an old a movie that was a Jack Benny movie called To Be or Not to Be. He redid it in the '80s, and I think he did a really good job. Mel Brooks did. No one has ever seen it, I don't think, but I love it. But this is probably my favorite. What about you, Daniel?
I mean, for me, it's got to be hey, that rhymed. Um, History of the World Part One.
That's
That was the
good
first
too.
time I'd ever come across that kind of comedy.
Yeah.
And so, like, it still has one of my favorite opening scenes when they talk about, 10,000 years ago, the first Homo sapien marriage took place. And it shows a man hitting a woman with a club. And then it's like, shortly after, the first homosexual marriage. And it shows a man, caveman hit another caveman. Like that I think has to be my favorite. Although I do want to give a shout out. I know James, you'd mentioned already the producers, but he has some good ones like Blazing Saddles, like
Yeah.
Spaceballs, Robin Hood Men in Tights. Like the man's got
Forgot about
some,
Robin Hood on Tights.
yeah, the man's
It's
got some
good.
good ones, and he's still alive, by the way. And after the break, we're gonna bring him on. We actually have him on. I'm just kidding. He's called in, and I was, hi, Mr. Mel. No, I guess we probably could do it, but. Yeah, no, I don't think there's a wrong answer. I think, I think
Yeah.
that shows that he's fantastic. I guess I'll ask you guys an off-script question. What's your favorite Gene Wilder movie?
Oh wow,
I'm put you on
that's
the
a good
spot.
question. And I mean,
Charlie
I
and the
love all.
Chocolate Factory has such a
Yeah,
soft spot for me.
yeah, yeah,
And
Yeah,
I can only see Gene Wilder as Charlie and the Chocolate,
same.
yeah.
as Willy Wonka.
Because
Like
he's just
even though he's
dangerous and
phenomenal
fun.
in this movie, but
Because he's still dangerous in that movie. You know what I mean?
yeah,
He's
Yeah.
funny, but he's still on that edge. And it's really you don't know where he's going to go at any moment, which is what he wanted. You know, when he's singing that song on the phone, "There's no earthly way of knowing." You're like, "What the hell is going on here?" You know, he's still very dangerous. I think he's the best one. You know.
The For me, my favorite songs is him singing Pure Imagination. Like
Oh yeah.
I have that memory just in my head. Like just the do like the music, all that's like just I think that's a great and I agree. I think he's just the right amount of unhinged. Although he's good in this movie too. Like I'm not gonna say he's not, but I think also that was my first introduction to Gene Wilder was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So
Yeah.
I think that plays a part. Steven, did you say what yours was? I'm sorry, I didn't.
I would say it would be it's Willy Wonka
You
is what
agree?
the
Okay. Yeah.
I would say that too. I mean, I love all the movies he did with Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
Like so those are so funny.
And like he's good in Blazing Saddle too, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Woman in Red. Is it the Woman in Red he was in? Yeah, Woman in Red. He's great in. But I just think this and Willy Wonka are my favorites.
whenever I'm naming his movies, I have to like I get him and Gene Hackman mixed up, which is
Oh,
totally hilarious. Because I'm like,
mm,
imagine Gene Wilder and Hoosiers as the basketball coach. It's like what? That would be so weird. But anyway, um, so we here at Chicago Cinephiles, obviously, we are a very big fan of movies and old movies, new movies. We've watched several black and white films, and this is obviously one of them. What kind of impact do you guys think that it had on the movie being filmed in black and white? Not so much, I guess, I don't know a better word for it, politically, I get like because like I know he did it because he didn't want that he wanted Mel Brooks wanted to do it like original, but like what do you guys think like I guess what's the word like schematically is probably the wrong word, but like what do you guys think that like brought the movie like that extra step up? I guess is my thing. Like what did it bring to the table, I guess?
I don't think you could have done it in color. I mean, maybe you could have done it in color, but you know, oh, we lost your video, Daniel. There you are. But I don't
Yeah, I
think
was
you could have.
readjusting.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I don't think you could have because like it would have been a good movie, but it would have had the same. It wouldn't have looked like the James Whale movies. Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein. It wouldn't have had the same. It's just like trying to do film noir, real film noir, and with all of the shading from all the lighting that you have in color. It just doesn't work. It's not the same. In my opinion. In my opinion, I think you have to have the black and white for that. What do you all think?
I don't know if I agree with you on film noir, but I see what you're saying. um, no, like
What's in the word right there? Noir, black. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but
I
yeah,
get it.
about to
I
say James
get
like
it.
Maltese Falcon would not be good in color. Like let's get something. Yeah,
No, I get it. But like, I think you could do a noir film in color if you made it very moody.
Yeah,
I think you
yeah.
could do it, but I don't know.
or just do like Sin City did, where they had like the red shoes.
Yeah, like
Or
red
grainy stock,
highlights.
like a grainy color stock, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you could do something like that.
Is Moonlight
But like,
considered a noir? I'm just fine.
no, what's the new one? Honey Don't. That was actually pretty good. That was like a film
Oh, I
noir style movie.
haven't seen that.
They call it neo film noir or whatever they call it now.
Neo
I don't
noir.
know. Neo noir. But so anyway, get back to the original point. I think it brings back like if you're a fan movie from the 30s and 40s, I think it brings back all of the fond memories and you want to see it in black and white. So I think it plays into nostalgia more than anything.
Hmm. I
Mhm.
agree. I think also we tend to forget that people who watched the original movies in the 30s were, teenagers or maybe kids, I don't know, are now an adult in their 70s and get to go see it again and relive their childhood and take their kids with them. Obviously, most of those people are no longer with us, but like they get to take their kids with them and kind of experience, a fun way of having the horror movies. Like I just think it's really cool, and like I always appreciate black and white. Like when a few years ago, like when The Artist won Best Picture as a silent film, like that'll never happen again, probably. It was won Best Oscar like 10 years ago for Best Picture or whatever. So it's like I appreciate when they do stuff like that, and I think there's one recently came out called The Lighthouse a couple of years ago
Hmm.
that is a black and white. It's like a horror movie, black and white, and I think it adds to it. Now, obviously, it's not a horror movie, but I do agree. I think, and like Stephen, you made a good point. As a kid, you thought this was an old movie, so I think
Oh yeah.
he accomplished what he was set out to do.
And one of the things I didn't bring up with the fun facts is that Mel Brooks was, when he was preparing for the film, he discovered that the man who had created the electrical machinery for the lab sequences, Ken Strickfaden, who didn't get credited in the original films, was still alive in Los Angeles. And he went to visit him and found that he had all of that equipment in his
Yeah,
garage and made a deal to rent it and then gave Strickfaden a credit in the film.
that's
So
cool.
he's finally getting credit for the stuff he did. So those are all the original, lab
Yep,
equipment, which is so cool,
So
and that's
cool.
why it sort of looks like, and the original cobwebs too. They just carried those
that's funny.
over. But yeah, I think you have to have the black and white is just necessary. It's just
Yeah.
necessary, you know.
Do you guys have a favorite line or scene in the movie?
Oh, it it has to be Gene Hackman and the espresso line. Like that is that is like my favorite. Hold where he's like, where you go? I'm like, I'm going to make espresso. Like that was ad libbed. Gene Hackman wheeled himself into this movie by playing. Apparently,
Gene
him and Gene
Wilder.
Wilder were tennis players. Were tennis. They were playing tennis or whatever, and they had coffee and they talked
That's
about it.
hilarious.
And he was agreed to do the movie for free. But like, I don't know, like that whole sequence with Gene Hackman and the monster,
Hilarious.
I is
So
just
funny.
it was my favorite part of that movie.
I like after when Elizabeth has had already made love to the monster. Seven's always been my lucky number. You know, when he hears the music, oh, you men are all like 7 or 8 quick ones. You're off with the boys to boast and brag. You better keep your mouth shut. Oh, I think I love him. It's my favorite. It's my absolute favorite in this whole movie.
Oh, that's amazing.
I still like the one where it's like, God, how does he word it again? Like, oh, elevate me. And she's
Right
like in
here,
front of everybody,
right now, really.
like that kind of
Oh, and then
stuff.
the hay.
Oh yeah, it was good. Oh yeah, it was, and then like I agree with Steven. I actually laughed at the humor when she's like walking up the stairs and she has like there's no flame in the candles. Steven, tell me your theory behind why you think the horse always makes a noise whenever she said. What does she do?
I,
Is it sneeze
every
or
time
what
you
is
hear
she?
Frau Brucha, I think she's having a little intimate relations with the horse. That's what I think the joke is, but no one really knows what the joke. That I mean, come on.
Yeah, because like they didn't really like talk about like does he even have does is that a true theory? Like people think that or that's just what you think?
That's what I think. You know, I don't know, but that's what I think the joke is.
I wonder like
Eh.
if her name is like something like in
Well, Bill Brooks said Bluca means glue, but that's not true. Bluca doesn't mean that. I forgot. I looked it up, but I couldn't find a good
because I was
definition
gonna
for it.
say like
Sure.
because that would make sense why he like freaks out because it's like horses are made of
Yeah.
glue or glue's made of horses.
I'm Bruca.
That's
You
funny.
You
Um,
got me with the bags. You take the blonde, I'll take the one in the toy bin.
so how well do you guys think it balances the parody and then the homage to the original Frankenstein films? James is our resident monster fan. I'll let you go
Yeah, you're the
first.
reversal guy.
Okay, well, so here's the thing. It just so Frankenstein, yes, they are the Frankenstein, son of Frankenstein, the bride of Frankenstein. Yes, those are all heavily parodies. But like Dracula, that Bela Lugosi's 1931 with the staircase walking up with the candles, that was referenced. Like King Kong, like there's a couple other ones that he did reference. Phantom of the Opera from like the
Mm.
20s and 30s. Like so he referenced like all of them. Yes, the Frankensteins were the big, but I think he did a phenomenal job because like if you're a like it's like um
Easter egg, kind of Easter
spot
egg.
the Easter eggs. Yeah.
Are you
Like
like are you like Leonardo DiCaprio from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Hey, wait, like
yeah, yeah.
like the
Oh yeah,
meme.
this,
Yeah,
this.
the meme.
And it's funny because when I was watching this movie, I was watching it with my wife, and she was like, "This is a lot of like parodies," like because I've made her watch a lot of these movies, and she was picking it up. So I think that's when you know it's well done when she's not
Yeah.
as versed, but she picked it up and she was like, "Oh, is this like what came first, this or Rocky Horror?" Like because like they both satirized it in the big pieces, and it's like she was like, "I felt like this was watching sort of like parts of like Rocky Horror and stuff like that." It was such a great. I think they do. I think they balance it well because like you're someone like me, you can constantly because as you can see, I have proof because I have the
Oh wow.
Frankenstein Lego
That's cool.
Universal Monster Lego like set. Like I have that. Like
That's
Oh
so
cool.
my
that's
God,
that's
that's
that's my credit for people online that doubt it.
awesome.
Steven, what do you think?
What is the question
How
again?
well
I'm
do you
sorry.
think it balanced the parody?
Oh, I think
Like
it does
how?
perfectly.
Yeah.
Perfectly, and it also balances the sort of high comedy and low comedy. It, like I didn't realize no one would get the whole. Pardon me, boy, is this the Transylvania station? Yeah, yeah, track 29. Can I give you a sign? If you don't know the song, you're not sure what. Did you know? Did you get that, James, at all?
Did not get it. I just know he went from like New York, somehow took the train across the ocean.
Yeah,
It's like, how did he ended up there? He didn't
it's
take a boat?
what was it? It's a Chattanooga Choo Choo. It's the lyrics of Chattanooga Choo Choo that he does. That's the parody of
Oh,
that. It's just stuff like that, and they're always in Mel Brooks movies. Like in the in To Be or Not to Be, he has the stage manager's name is Sondheim. And when
Oh, that's
Sondheim,
funny.
send in the clowns is the next act is the clown. Send in the clowns.
That's
Or
funny.
Kafka, start the metamorphosis. Things like that that are you kind of have to know the
That's
reference.
cool.
But then he has this way. You know, stuff like that, which is
That's
funny.
very cool. So, who do you guys think stole the show? Put you on the spot.
I,
probably Igor for me.
Who is
you know,
this? Who is this Igor you speak of?
What was his name? I forgot.
Igor.
Igor, yeah, Igor. Yeah, he to me like his eyes, like how he did it, and like it's just trolling, and then like
Like his
never
eyes
speak of
wondered more
this.
than a married man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like a married man on spring break. Like his eyes wondered more. No, I agree. I think no, he was fun. Like I think Gene Wilder obviously is fantastic in it, but I always like to give credit to the side characters, and I thought he was just so funny. Like because even the moment where he was like, "Wait, isn't your hump on the other shoulder?" Like even the fact that he like thought to
well,
do that. You know what I mean? Like it just to me that shows he's hilarious as a person. I also want to give a shout out to the inspector. I thought he was really funny too with his arm,
oh,
like that
the
whole
battling
scene,
ram.
like that was so funny. Like oh, that was funny. Steven, what
I
about
looked
you?
at
Who do
his
you think?
grandfather's footsteps, footsteps, footsteps. Oh, yeah, that's footsteps. You know, I, I'm just a Madeline Kahn fan. I thought she was so damn funny. The hair has just been set. You know, Taffeta, darling.
Because she's your favorite in History of the World as well, isn't she?
Yeah, she's so fun. Yes, I mean she's hilarious. She just kills in everything she does, in my opinion.
And then I do want to
Yeah.
give a shout out to Peter Boyle because, like, even though he was plays the monster, like, I knew it was him right away, and that's kind of crazy because it's not like the makeup was done poorly or the mask. I just knew it was him. I could tell by his eyes, and like for him to not really be able to say or do anything, like he, I, I thought he played. I thought he did a really good. I thought he did a really good like portrayal of him. Like it felt like a deeper character than just like some bumbling buffoon. And he was able to please a woman. So I mean, like
Well,
he's a man of
Seven or
many
eight
layers.
times.
he would have an
Yeah,
enormous response to
like
her.
she even sang a song and grew hair like young. I mean, like that. Like that scene was funny too when she starts singing. Like that was like
Oh, sweet mystery.
you'll be hearing Steven sing that later.
Oh, don't we
Well,
wish?
think
Please.
like every Gene Wilder movie, like some of them had some really good lines, like the fiance and like the train scene when he was leaving. Don't kiss me. I'm going to a party, as you understand. Like,
It's like what?
basically, don't touch
I'm
me.
going to that party at night in Nikki's. You don't, the hair has just been set. It's just, all that crap. And then he tries to blow her kiss, and she dodges the kiss. It's just, stuff like that crack me up. So funny.
No, it's
You
funny.
know.
Alrighty, so now we'll get to the final thing. Did you guys like it? Steven, we'll start with you since you're the resident.
Love it. I just love it. I think it's one of the best, one of Mel Brooks's best parodies because I think Gene sort of kept it a little bit more level than a lot of Mel's,
mm,
other parodies. And he makes sometimes go overboard at times, but I just think it's really well written. And they had to fight for the putting on the Ritz thing. Gene wanted it and Mel didn't.
yeah.
Such a
So
good.
so funny. Burn on the wing. I mean, what do you want? That's just
Like
hilarious.
and like any movie from the 30s and 40s, you have to have a good tap scene in it.
Right? Like, look at the great Ziegfeld. Like, imagine him, like,
That's what Cimarron needed. Really was a big
yeah,
top and
that's what we were
tail.
Tap
missing
number.
was a
It would have
3 minute tap solo.
it would have saved the movie.
I should have played taps while they were killing me. Lord, like the
Well,
military.
there's that great musical number in the one we just what is it the Vietnam movie we just watched? What was it? That's what
the
those do.
the wedding. I was playing
Oh, the
What
Act
wedding
about
that
you?
never
two.
ended.
Act two in the pond. James, go ahead.
Yes, I loved it. I this is gonna enter my yearly rotation during the Halloween season. Like I love this
What's
film
that
so
fellow?
much.
Is it going to
It's
replace Halloween Town?
yeah, sadly, I think it's gonna replace Halloween Town.
Which
I will
Steven sent me an article earlier in the week. Steven, you want to tell what the article said?
Yeah, I was looking at, I'm a big Carrie Fisher fanatic. And so I was looking at something her daughter wrote on Instagram. It was an article about that. And it was mentioning Debbie's passing after Carrie's. And it said, Debbie Reynolds, star of Halloween Town. I was like, of all the films she did, Tammy,
Even I'm like,
the Unsinkable Molly Brown. I was like,
so
oh
Steven
my
was like,
God.
you're not the only Halloween Town fan in the world, apparently.
Like, who did
man,
this?
that writer had an agenda.
It's totally like a mid 30s, person that wrote that
Oh, it was
100%.
I was like, what else? She didn't do anything else. Who is she in place?
All right. I'm the odd one out. So at first I did not like it. I will fully admit it. I don't know. It just did not
Didn't do it for
connect
you.
with me. There were certain parts that did, so I can like appreciate it, but overall I was just like, oh, this is not funny. But I watched it during like basically before work every day. Like I'd watch like an hour of it at a time, and I just felt like I wasn't in the right mindset for that. So I decided this week to rewatch it
Hmm.
at night, and I'm glad I did because I was able to appreciate it a lot more, and the joke stuck more this time, just like the scalpel stuck in his leg. Um, so I do as someone who was a skeptical at first, I do want to come around and say that I did end up enjoying it. I don't know if I would watch it again just because like comedy movies for me, I have a hard time rewatching them because I know the punchline. Sometimes I can, but most of the time I'm just kind of one and done. But it is really good. And if someone is looking for a Halloween movie that's not scary, I will recommend this.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think that, which I mean, and IMDb agrees. It got an 8.0. So I mean, like IMDb, agrees with this, which is higher than most movies that we've watched so far on this channel.
Isn't that crazy? That's
So
crazy.
crazy. All right, y'all. Another little bit shorter episode this week, but we just wanted to, hop on here and discuss, Young
You,
Frankenstein. Any final thoughts we have before we pull up the Wheel of Death, which is the scariest thing we've done
the wheel of death. The
it's the
wheel of death.
scariest thing we've done all month.
No, I
You-
just love. I mean, I'm glad that we all watched it. I'm so happy that you two got to watch it for the first time. I love it.
if you don't know, if you want to watch this movie and you don't know all the Universal references, go watch all the Universal horror movies and then come watch this. You'll
Exactly.
love it even more.
I think that shows how good the movie is. Someone who like I haven't seen all of them, and I still was like, oh, I know what that is. I recognize that. This, that, and the other.
Exactly.
You weren't the Leonardo DiCaprio meme.
No,
But
yeah,
that
exactly. Hey,
one.
I'm gonna pull it up so people know what I'm talking about while I'm pulling up the
What? Ooh,
DiCaprio meme. And so Steven, because Steven has no idea what I'm talking about because he's never seen movies from this century.
you're so funny. Aren't you funny? Isn't he cute? You write your own material because that's so fresh. That's so fresh.
I
No, he pays
do.
a writer.
Yeah, Steven, I
It's
pay
called
you. I pay
Chip.
you an Uber. Duh. All right.
Hello.
So this is the meme that we're referencing once it comes over,
Mm.
where he's watching TV and he's like, "Hey,
Hey.
uh, okay."
Oh my God.
So now we are going to
I'm sorry.
got the wheel. So I took off the
Oh,
last comedy we watched, Deer Hunter, and
that musical comedy. That
because if
musical.
we keep saying it, it can't hurt us. It'll eventually become true. We'll create a false narrative that the internet will believe.
Oh Lord. So here we go. We're back to our Oscars.
So we're back
Cardinal
to our
victory.
Oscars. So we're gonna spin it, and I'm gonna look away, and I'll look away till it stops spinning. Next week we are
Oh,
watching
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Shakespeare in Love, one of the
A
terrible movies that shouldn't have won. Who said that? Who said that?
lot of people have. I remember seeing this and I liked it, but
Yeah,
I
because
finished it.
yeah, but what was the one? What did it beat out? Could someone look that up? I think it was like Saving Private Ryan or something.
Something crazy like
It's
that. Yeah.
something crazy like that. I don't think it's Saving Private Ryan, but it is something like insane.
Let me see what would it
it
be.
was
Let's see.
99.
Oh yeah, so it's definitely Saving Private Ryan then.
Is that what it
Oh,
was?
well, it came out in 98, but it's a 1990, so it would have been 1999 Oscars.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the one that
you're
everyone's
right.
like, "What the heck?" Yeah, thank you, James.
This movie better be the most incredible movie
It's not.
on the planet if it Saving Private Ryan lost to this. Oh
Hmm.
my God,
for
I'm gonna probably rage quit this movie now that I know that.
for reference. Let me look at what IMDb rates it.
IMD rates it a 7.1.
And then let's see, Saving Private. It gets a 8.6.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can we
Wow.
swap it
Wow.
out?
This is I would totally love to do that. But this is one of those ones I think where most people put it in the same category as like Crash, where it like didn't deserve to win and did.
Oh, I agree. I would agree with you.
Steven, have you ever seen Saving Private Ryan? I know you're not a big war person.
I've seen parts of it. I haven't seen the entire movie.
Yeah.
No.
And the crazy thing is, if you guys ever want to go on a rabbit hole and see all the celebrities in there before they were celebrities,
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
like there's a random Vin Diesel cameo,
Oh my God.
and
Really?
he yells, and then he yells, "We're here, we're family," and then runs off. And I was playing, but I mean, like, yeah,
No, he
if you
comes in a
like,
Ferrari from space.
yeah, exactly. Like you look at it, it's got like Adam Goldberg, Barry Pepper, like Tom Sizemore, Matt Damon, Ted Danson, Paul Giamatti. Like it's and
Oh
obviously
God.
they were famous for it then, but like it's got so many people that you're just like, oh, I know that guy. I know that guy. Like you may not recognize his name, but you just know him. And then obviously it has the main, obviously Tom Hanks or whatever, but
That's great.
insane cast.
I mean, it's nuts.
Is
It's nuts.
Shakespeare in Love kind of? Is it about Romeo and Juliet or is it about something different?
It's about Shakespeare.
Oh, okay, cool. So it's okay. It says history's greatest playwright is young, out of ideas, and short of cash. Sounds like a start of a porno, but
Oh, wait,
meets
Ben
his I.
Affleck's in this.
Oh, is he? Oh, and Gwyneth Paltrow and Jeffrey
Hmm.
Rush. I mean,
And
like
Judy Dench.
the cast is decent, but I don't think it did that good from what I understand. But I'll go into it. Oh, and Tom Wilkinson. I'll go into it with an open mind as much as possible.
Sure he will. Sure he will.
So, well, everyone, if you made it this far, thank you so much for tuning in for the spooky month that we had. It was really fun. We do appreciate that. Just so you guys know, yeah, spooky. Just so you guys know, we are gonna do a Thanksgiving movie. Um, we're not gonna announce that yet. We'll announce it closer to time, but we have picked one, so we're gonna do that. And then in December, we'll do the similar thing where we'll do each pick a movie, and then have you guys in the comments give us one or two. Um, and then go from there. But fellas,
Oh
any
yeah.
final thoughts before we close the chapter on our first annual Spooktober
I think we did
event?
good. I think we did good. We had really good choices.
It was a fun thing, especially like since two out of three of us don't like horror movies.
I know.
Like
You don't know what you're
like
missing out.
tradition. Oh, I do know I'm missing out. Trust me.
Yeah, you know what? We'd be up like every light in the entire place on, all the doors open.
The joke I always make is like, if I want to be scared, I'll just look at my wallet. Look at my bank account. Like that'll scare me.
Look at this mole. You
Yeah,
take that.
yeah. Look at
Yeah.
this mole. Like, yeah, it's funny.
I got a letter from the IRS. That's scary.
God.
That-
Or you have an unsolicited knock on your door. Oh God, turn the lights off. All right, y'all. Any final thoughts before we close out the month?
I don't think so.
Spookalicious.
Remember,
Spooky,
guys,
spooky.
enjoy Halloween while you can. It's fun. Go trick or treating, go trunk or treating, do
Oh, wait.
whatever. It's fun. Whether you're, have kids or not, it's still fun. Like I plan on sitting on my porch for the first time and having candy. Hope
Oh, that's
kids show up,
right.
hopefully, but I doubt they will because I'm in a very old neighborhood. But you never know, they might. If they do, I'll be happy. I'm excited. So
Happy
Get them
Halloween.
some big old candy bars. Get them big old
exactly.
king
But all
size.
right, y'all. Well, happy Halloween from the Chicago Cinephiles to you guys. And on that note, we will go ahead and sign out. Hope you guys have a spooktacular evening.
Bye.